What's snucking up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another brand new podcast on Gotta Go Cast. I really need to change that title. Today we're on season 2. Starting off season 2 of Gotta Go Cast, we got Linx4. How are you today?
Hey, doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty good at this very exact moment talking to you.
I see. But yeah. So, Linx, welcome to Gotta Go Cast. Let me tell you about the Gotta Go Cast formalities. So, Gotta Go Cast is separated in 3 sections. There is the kid questions, then there is the fan questions, then there is my questions.
The tough questions. Got it. All right.
Yeah. Are you ready for the kid questions?
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. Question number 1. Are you Merg?
I did not see this coming. Oh, man. Merg, I think he's great. I think his content's fun. He's very, very talented. He's very, very good at games. I really wanted to build some sort of rivalry there, but we never really got on the same page as far as communication. He is very not on socials as much, but man, I respect to that guy for being able to really build his channel and his brand, kind of in the same, Undertale thing that we did back in the day.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But the kid here, clearly a kid from their profile picture and their name, we're asking if you are Merg. Are you him? Are you the cherry guy?
So I have a secret faceless channel where I do more content. No, it's just impossible. I could not manage another channel like that.
Fair enough. There you go.
Especially playing the same games twice. I played through a whole game and I had to play through a whole game again. I'm not going to be doing that.
That's fair enough. Okay. Question number 2. Again, still with the kid questions. There's going to be 3 of them. So, yeah. Are you Toby Fox?
I am no. How many channels do I have where I'm not showing my face? I don't know. I will admit right here that I do have a couple channels where I'm not showing my face, and it's experimental. But no, I am not Toby Fox. Incredibly talented all around person. You guys, these kids are giving me too much credit. Okay, Toby Fox so talented, Merg very skilled. I'm just here. I'm just I just play these games.
Yeah. These questions are kind of similar to what Luigi Kid got when I interviewed him. So.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of similar. All right. Question number 3. Speaking of Luigi Kid, are you Luigi Kid Gaming's brother?
Oh no! I can't even go in that spot. Obviously, I think for people that know Luigi Kid, he has a brother Mario, and he has that's why he got into the name Luigi Kid. But we are not related in any way whatsoever. But huge respect to Luigi Kid. Every time I've talked to Luigi Kid, nothing but such a great person, such a great guy. I really enjoyed playing with him, our collabs we've done, and we're still open to doing more in the future. But yeah, no, I'm not related to Luigi Kid.
All right, fair enough. All right, I found this question really funny. This is to end off the kid questions. This is the funniest one that I think I found. Are you still doing the Roblox channel?
The Roblox? No. The Roblox channel is long dead. Man, that was a whole thing going on.
Yeah. I was there.
Channel.
I was there.
Yeah, I prefer not to talk about the content within the videos at that point. But
Fair enough. But yeah, that's those are the kid questions. What do you think of them?
Interesting, entertaining. I'm glad the whole Kindly Kian thing is dead and over, and I don't have to deal with any Kindly Kian. Am I him? Because I got a lot of those in the comments. But
Fair enough. I
It's
picked
good.
most of these questions from your comments anyway, so I picked the ones I found really funny as kid questions. Now for the fan questions. So these are really interesting questions that your fans asked you. So I'm just here to deliver the message. Are you ready?
Yeah. I am ready.
Okay. Question number 1. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting. What inspired you to start YouTube? Was it a specific YouTuber? What was it?
Man, what inspired? Okay, I can go on for like an hour for what inspired me to become a YouTuber.
Thank God it's a podcast.
Oh, okay. Thank God it's a podcast. All right. Well, oh man, we got to go all the way back. Like, let's go all the way back in time. You know, we're going over 20 years back in time right now. When I was a kid, 25 years.
Oh my days.
Before everybody that's watching this was born, pretty much.
Fair enough.
As a kid, I really, really wanted, when I grow up, to do something either in video games or in movies. You know, those were just like my biggest passion in life, was to grow up and become a video game tester. I don't know, that was just like a thing.
Right.
Or to make movies with my older brother, because we just had this, just at the time, like everything that was coming out, with the Matrix and like the Star Wars and just everything, I was just so passionate about that. Now, this is a time before like YouTube existed, a time before even Google existed. And I remember as a kid, like playing games and recording the gameplay on a VHS tape, and then taking 2 VCRs and like editing down the footage to make like my own Let's Plays before I guess it even really existed. So growing up, I just wanted to pursue this passion of like either being able to play games full time or being able to create like content, create a video, movies that people can enjoy. So in high school, you know, I was taking film classes and I was also competing in video games, and I was really good at games back in the day. I remember like Gears of War was like one I was really, really good at. And I managed to get like number 1 on the leaderboards, like the all-time leaderboards. And I was like, yes, I'm doing really well, even though it's not really that, like, it's just a leaderboard, whatever it is. But
right.
For me, it was like, this could be like a future, a stepping stone of something. All the while I'm trying to like build my skills and, you know, taking film classes in high school and all that. So then I graduate high school and going into college, and in college I'm taking film classes, obviously, because that's what I want to pursue. And I also start competing in tournaments and like going to tournaments, whether it's like Halo or Call of Duty, Gears of War, Ghost Recon, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart. I was like competing in everything. But
wow, you were slugging at everybody.
Yeah. I was pretty good at a lot of things. I wasn't really great at anything besides, I think I was really, really good at Gears of War. But I was like, I want to make a living, like competing, like playing video games. Like, is there any better dream than that? I don't know. I didn't think so. But at that time, that was really before like you could make a living in competitive games. Mm-hmm. Like the prize pools for these tournaments was very, very low, unless you were playing like something like League of Legends, you know, or Dota or something, where they're like, which I can't get into that. I'm very much like a shooter type of fighter racing rather than a MOBA. Yeah. But it just wasn't there. And I was actually, it was kind of affecting my school at the time, because I was still in university trying to graduate, and I was actually failing a lot of classes because I was spending so much time competing. And I was doing good. I was winning tournaments, but it wasn't like enough money. There was just no money there, even though I really wanted to do it. And so I was failing all these university, and I had to like stop. I was like, I can't continue to compete in these games because it's kind of affecting another part, and I don't see a future.
Your social life and stuff.
It affects everything. Like, yeah, spending like 16 hours a day, like grinding on these games, just trying to get good enough to play in these tournaments to maybe potentially win a little bit of money after like it was just too much. So I kind of had to give up my dream of like, okay, playing video games full time. All the while, during that time, like my parents got really, really pissed at me. They were just so mad that I was like pursuing video games and I was pursuing movies and I was doing all this and I was failing even going to college because I was pursuing these games, and they kind of wanted to like a very much a different path for me. Like go get into like programming or do something better. It was kind of like a rough time.
What year was this?
So eventually, this was about 2012.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, 2010, 2011, 2012.
How old were you?
So I was 19, 20, 21, 22.
Oh, fair.
Very young. To me, very young. Anyways, at that time, though, going through all of that, I did end up being homeless for a while. And I know I know we have trying to keep a light podcast here, but I'll kind of get through this. But I ended up being homeless, and all I really had was like my school, and I had to like take double the amount of classes just to not only make up for all the classes I failed, but like still trying to graduate in a timely manner. So, I mean, every waking moment I think was in school, grinding, trying to get these grades. I was taking like 30 units a semester, which is like 10 courses. And I did like get a fast food job on the side. And I mean, like every waking moment, like 5 a.m. to 1, I would work, go to school. I mean, I would just change in the car because I had nowhere else to go. And just go to school till like 11:30 p.m. Try to take like naps in between classes, and it was a literal grind. But I was like, I got to make film. I got to do something with this. I got to graduate and get my degree or do something. But the problem was, I was just spending so much time like work and school. I had no free time for literally anything. Like I had zero friends. I had nobody to really make videos or do anything like that. And it was just, I don't know. I was just so like focused on if I can just get this degree and get out, I can like do something. And eventually, yeah, I did graduate. I got my film degree, and I was like, okay, now it's time. I actually don't have to go to school anymore. I have so much more free time. I can actually pursue film. And I started applying to everywhere and everything, from like any position at all, just to get a foot in the door. And I'm a very socially awkward person. I have trouble talking to people.
Oh.
So me going in interviews, I mean, because I was doing nothing but like schoolwork. If you don't socialize, it's hard to be a social person. And I just went years and years and years of just grinding. So when I go on these interviews, I feel like I was just so awkward. Like nobody would hire me, and I didn't have like a portfolio of stuff besides like things I did in school. Because really, if you want to make a career and do stuff, you should be working and like on your own projects on your own time. You know, whether it's like something in film or like programming, making your own programs or making your own art, whatever it may be. Right. You know, if you're actually going to college.
To build up
I didn't really
portfolio, right?
Yeah, to build your portfolio. But I didn't have a portfolio because I was just so busy just trying to graduate and survive.
Wow.
So I just could not get any job at all. And besides this like fast food job that I had, that I didn't even get myself. You know, I had a girlfriend that got me that job because she was like a manager. Which that relationship was like in itself not very good. Like she was very she was very controlling, abusive, lying and cheating and all that, and that's something that like you know, you don't want to be with.
Yeah.
So it was during at this time, I think after college, you know, being homeless, not having anything at all. It was a very, very extremely dark time. I would try to get places to live. Like I would try to get like my cousin, and I was like, "Come on, can you like apply to a place with me? You know, get this apartment or whatever." But being that I live in San Diego, it's a very expensive place to live,
Right.
and you have to make like 3 times rent, and there's no way you can do that off of a job. And even trying to get like my cousin to help me get a place to live, like he was working contracting, nobody would take him as an application. It's just like everything just seemed so impossible at the time. So I remember in my mind, like I felt like the universe was like pushing me in a direction, and it'll make sense in a little bit. I remember at the time thinking like, man, my only choice is like to try to like make this relationship I had work so that I can get a roof over my head and maybe I can get some better footing, because like I was living in my car at that point. But like that's all I like had, and I didn't have like anything, and I was like, I just need something. I just get a camera or something. The phones back then weren't that good. Like nowadays you can shoot movies on phones, but back then like I can't create anything at this point. Like I just need something. So you know, I would go and I try to work it out so I can live with my girlfriend and then have a roof over our head. And it was a struggle. Because that relationship was not good, and it would go like I would live with her, and I was like, I can't live with this abuse, so I'd rather go and be homeless. So I go and I would be homeless, and then I'm like, man, being homeless just sucks. So let me try to make this work again and try to go back and make it work. Which even that place that we were living, it was like a 1 studio apartment with like tons of roaches and rats, and it was like, this is like the cheapest place you can possibly live in San Diego. It's just like one situation versus another situation. I don't know which is better at that point. But I was living with her at one point, and then the sewage like backed up and broke, and all like this literal crap and just everything from the sewage flooded the bathroom, flooded the shower, and it was just so gross. So we couldn't live there because I was trying to make it work with her at that one time. And so we went to live with her mom, who has a 1-bedroom apartment. But she had a younger brother whose bedroom was the living room, because, you know, they're also poor, and, you know, that's just where the brother lived. So we were staying in their living room with her brother that also lived in the living room. And this is where everything changed. This is where I felt like universe was kind of like pushing me to be here at this moment. Because her brother would be watching YouTube on the TV, and it would just be playing. And it was just like, okay, it's like, what are you watching? And he would be watching this YouTuber, you know, play video games. And I remember just looking at that, and I was so confused. Like, why is he watching somebody just play a video game? Because the YouTube I knew that I used, like that I watched in high school and in college, when it came to games, was all about speed running or kill montages or like cheat codes or tricks or whatever. But there was no like strictly just let's plays, just people just playing.
Yeah.
And he was just watching this one YouTuber, and I was just like, what? I'm so confused. But I just kept on watching and watching more and more. And then soon, like, I wanted to watch more. I wanted to watch more of this random YouTuber, a small YouTuber, like, play videos. And I soon found myself like, wow, I am like having some genuine happiness here. Like, that has been missing for I don't know how long, just watching this YouTuber play his games. And I could see him. He's so excited. He has this goal of becoming a big YouTuber, and you know, he's like playing all these games, and like he's growing big, and it was a whole thing. And I just like it turned out like every single day, like I can't wait for him to upload. He uploads at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. every day. I want to be there. I want to watch every single video he does. And I was just so like, I was like, it was just hitting me so hard. And then one day it just clicked in my mind, like, wait a minute. There's this guy, right? He's Markiplier.
Right.
He's playing these games and he's so happy playing this. I'm happy watching. But not only that, he's pursuing a career playing video games and making videos. And it just clicked in my mind, wait a minute. I always wanted to play video games and make like movies, videos growing up. And this is a dream that I pretty much had given up on this point. Like I've given up on everything. I didn't even want to live at that point. I don't even know I was still there. But it just clicked like this is something that I can do. You know, I don't need a crew of people to make these videos. I just need myself and a game. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a camera or computer or microphone or desk or chair. Like I literally had nothing. But I was like, this is something I can try to do. Something that I want to try to do. So yeah, I mean, I had, I think, a Walmart and an Amazon credit card at the time. And I was like, I lied on my income just to try to get the credit increase so I can buy stuff. And they gave me like a total like $3,000. So I was like, perfect. I'm buying everything I need. A computer, microphone, camera, monitor, desk, like everything I need. And eventually it came and I set it up. We went back to like the regular little tiny studio apartment after the sewage problem got fixed. And I cannot even explain to you, like me recording those very first episodes was some of the most genuine happiness I've ever felt. It just felt so right to be doing it. Whether or not people would eventually watch.
Outlast,
like I was, yeah, Outlast. My very first video. I had watched Markiplier played it, but I wanted to play it myself. Outlast, there was Dungeon Nightmares was like second or third one. I just remember like recording them, and after recording, I just stood up and I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy right now. Like this is what I want to do. Like whether or not this is a career, like making these videos is something. It brings like some point to all the effort that I had put in to like pursuing all these classes to try to play video games. So I don't feel like my entire life was a waste, because I really truly felt like my entire life was a waste at that point. But then, yeah, I started YouTube and I was genuinely just good with it. I mean, I didn't mind like working fast food or whatever at the time. And then eventually, like I think like after 500 videos, people actually started trickling in and watching, and then the channel started growing and it became bigger and bigger. And then eventually I was able to do YouTube full time. And I was like, wow, I cannot believe that what a journey that was to even do all that and get to the point where I can actually do something that's very much related to what my dreams were growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I started YouTube. So yeah, Markiplier inspired me pretty much. I don't know.
You answered like 10 questions with that entire story. Like from.
I mean, it was a long one, but I left out some details, but that's pretty much how it went.
Yeah, but that was still, you answered 10 questions with that entire story. That's actually really fucking amazing. That's actually awesome. So people don't know.
Go ahead, Lemon.
People don't know this. But me and Linx have known each other for years.
Yeah. Oh man. I remember all the messages. Dude, like I'm like, what are you even talking about at this point? Like, there's so much, but yeah, it's been a very long time.
I was a kid with a dream.
That's great. I mean, you have a dream, you pursue it, you know?
Yeah.
Try to get it.
All right. My story is actually really similar to yours. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, 10 years ago, I started off my channel as a plush channel, like kind of like Super Mario Logan, kind of like those, like kind of like that type of genre. I started off my channel as that, but then I kind of switched to gaming, which is how I found you initially. I think.
Okay.
I think like 5 years. We met 5 years ago. Oh my god.
Felt like it was longer than that, but yeah.
Wait, it was longer. Wait, when did we meet? Hold on, that's crazy. Wait, I need to figure this out.
Man, time is flying. The fact that it's already 2024 is insane.
We met in 2018.
Oh, 2018. Okay.
Yeah. I can see why I can see your confusion with the messages.
Yeah.
Okay. I was a kid. I do heavily apologize for my kid self's actions.
I totally understand. You know, it was not only you. I was getting messages left and right from like back then when you're first like blowing up and all these new people are coming in. It's just like everyone wants to tell you something or wants to interact, and it's like me. It's like I'm totally open. Like let's like make collabs. Let's I don't know, inspire you to pursue your dreams or whatever. But kids being kids, they like to over contact at points, but it's totally cool. It's totally fine.
Yeah. So I never really talked about this at all ever in my life, but I have autism, right? So
yeah.
So as a kid, I was very hyperactive. So because I don't really live in America. Most people assume that I live in America because of my accent. I don't live in America. I lived all my life in Tunisia, which is in North Africa. So my first language was not English.
I'm going to tell you, I am shocked. I am floored. No wonder you're a voice actor. Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people do think I'm American, but I'm not. My first language is actually Arabic. I speak 5 languages.
Incredible.
So me as a kid, all I wanted to do was like do Mario videos, like let's go and all that. All I wanted to do was do Mario impressions, do Mario like Mario games, play Mario games. I wanted to do everything as a kid, but I was doing it in a very weird way where I was like, ooh, I want to become friends with this guy because he seems cool. I want to become friends. So then so
your inner monologue.
yeah. So when I first met you, like in 2018, this is me being genuine, by the way. All I wanted to do was like become friends with you and play games with you. That's all I wanted to do, right? Because
yeah.
Because what I initially wanted to do, because I had so many ideas going through my head, because I was doing this, that, left, right, and center. I was apparently, I don't know, this was like years ago. I think you remember this. I was working, quote unquote, working on a game called Mega Cherry X. And I was gonna involve you in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you had me do like voice lines for something.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Okay, that was for that. Yeah, I am like the complete opposite of you. Like, I believe I cannot voice act at all for anything. So I'm going in here. You're giving me these voice lines. I'm like, I gotta do my best. I gotta try. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, whatever it may be. Like, I remember Dave Microwave. He also makes games. He had me voice act lines, and I'm like, this is the worst stuff. And I'm giving this, and a lot of people play Dave's games, and then they're going to be hearing my voice, and I was like, I was like, no, I'm not a voice actor, man. I can't do this. But yeah, no, I totally remember your game, so I'm glad nothing came of it. No, I'm kidding, but
I did. Okay, to be fair, and let me just be blunt. Let me just expose 2018 me real quick. He was making that game just to please you and Merg only.
Okay.
I wasn't doing it for my own self-interest. I actually learned programming for like a month just to try and work something in the game, but then I figure out I needed to work on assets because I
Oh yeah. There's a lot, but I mean that's still pretty impressive. So
yeah, I learned programming though through that, but that never came to light. I forgot everything about programming, but yeah, so that's
true. Same. I took a little programming in college, and that was a long time ago now. I don't know nothing.
yeah. So that's just my story. Cause I had a similar interaction with Luigi Kid, believe it or not. So what happened was it was the year 2016. It was the year 2016. I made I think I was Mighty Mori Guy 63 by that point. That was my old name. I think you remember that. I messaged Luigi Kid on Instagram, and I was spamming. I was like, "Hey, why don't you answer me? Hey!" And I was just spamming, and then he was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Hey, what was that game you were playing on your stream? It seemed cool." And he was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really have friends back in the day, so even if I really wanted to interact, I'm kind of like the same way as you, but like, if I really wanted to interact with people, I really couldn't. Due to two reasons. I'm socially awkward. I didn't know how to interact with people at all, and I didn't have any friends. So all I could do was just go off of what my mind tells me and hope it's right. It was all wrong.
Knowing where you're coming from, I don't blame you whatsoever. I would be in this. Everybody, like my friends right here, like are people I met on through YouTube and only through YouTube, and it's like, and that's just, I mean, like I have like people that like are friends that I didn't meet through YouTube, and I tell you, I'm still the most awkward, and I've known these guys for years. So I'm just like, oh my god, I cannot. But yeah, if you're reaching out to people like you enjoy their content, I mean, for me that makes sense in my head.
Yeah, but like to people, it seemed like it was okay. This is something I didn't intend to like come off as back in the day. Some people saw my kid self's actions as clout chasing, which in hindsight, I can kind of see it, but again, I was a kid, so
yeah. If you're a kid, I don't know if kids can think like that far ahead. Like I'm gonna clout and write. Like I don't know.
Yeah. All I wanted to do was have fun back in the day. It wasn't a numbers game. It was a numbers game though when I hopped onto my Sonic channel. I think you remember this one. When I hopped onto my Sonic channel. I shot up to 30,000 subscribers in 2 years, and then I deleted the channel. and then I started focusing on voice acting and my channel in general.
Yeah, why did you delete the channel?
It was AIDS.
Versus like the content.
Yeah, it was AIDS. So let me tell you about how that channel went. I wake up, record 2 videos, edit the 2 videos on the same day, upload them both on the same day, sleep, rinse and repeat every single day. Same formula, same style of videos every single day. Sonic reacts to this, Sonic plays that. Sonic reacts to this, Sonic plays that.
Yeah.
So my head is less like, okay, I became 18. I was like, no, I'm done. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if it's stuff you're doing as a kid, and then it's like, okay, you want to go in a whole new direction, a whole new audience. Like,
yeah, especially because when I turned 17, I kind of became a professional voice actor by then. So I wanted to focus on something else, which was making the videos I'm making now. I kind of shifted my entire direction. I kind of switched the entire gaming over to Twitch, where I play video games on Twitch. Doing research for this interview, actually, I kind of found out that I was still a mod on your Twitch channel from years ago.
Interesting. Okay.
Which was insane to me, because we haven't spoken in like what 4 years, and
yeah. I mean, it's been a while. I've kind of gone like a little, I don't know, radio silent. I think when right around 2020. So that makes sense. 4 years. It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it was like kind of when the pandemic happened and all that, and it's just most people like jumped to the internet. I kind of like took a step back from the internet and step back from just like interacting. I wanted to be living more in the moment of like real life and like trying to make connections and friends and like relationships happen there, not like filming everything. I had this huge idea before like the pandemic, like vlogging everything and just like doing all that. And then after that, it's like, maybe I just want to take a little step, not record everything, just like try to live more in the moment. Cause you never know when crazy things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And it could be something like the pandemic could happen again, but just incredibly worse. So for me, not having that interaction with you is not just you. For me, it was like my entire community. I've kind of like stepped back, and really I've only kind of interact with my comments from time to time, like my Discord, not really, like Twitter, not really, just everywhere, just not really. I don't know. And like wanting to like create collabs. I think I created a few collabs in 2020, like Among Us and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just had a huge step back, I think.
Yeah. I get what you mean. I completely get you.
Mm-hmm.
In my personal standpoint, I really see what you mean, and I get it. Because for me back then, I was looking at it in a child like standpoint. I was like, I'm annoying him. I'm definitely annoying. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't really.
I know a lot of there's a lot of kids that would message and all that, but it's just like I think the only one.
Only what? Oh my god.
Accepted this kid's friend request on Steam, and apparently at the time, I don't know if it's changed now, but apparently at the time, if you have a friend on Steam, they can call you and the call will go through. I was like, please stop. Just please stop. I don't want to remove you. I know you're a kid. I don't want to remove you. And that was probably the only time that really annoyed me. But they are a kid. I don't blame them. But yeah, I did remove them.
You did remove them?
I did remove them. You can't. There's no way. This is the most ridiculous thing. There's no way to stop a ring from a Steam call, which makes no sense. Like, why? I hope they changed that. I don't know.
I think so.
But there's just maybe there is now. But back then, no way. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Really.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Yeah. So. We just answered a bunch of questions as we like talked about this, because some people did ask about like how you are and everything, but some people did ask a question like from the fan base. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Some people thought, well, I don't know about this. I think this is a personal question. But you have a ring on your finger, like in some videos, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Are you engaged or married in any way? Some people ask.
So what happened? Yeah. No, I've got this question before in the past too. So that relationship I was talking about in the past, right?
Right.
I was very abusive and lying and cheating. As YouTube started growing and getting better, everything in my life started getting better. Like the relationship with my parents fixed and got great. Like, oh my God, I cannot tell you how much I hated my dad. And then like he's come and apologized and he's been a completely 180 different person. I love him so much now. It's just like, I felt like everything in my life was changing and improving. And I also felt like that relationship was changing and improving. So I did get married. So the ring is a wedding ring. But turns out she was still lying and cheating. So I did get divorced like soon after. I was kind of at the point, it's like I don't want to mess around anymore like with this relationship. I need to just go new, start fresh. Because everything else is good. I don't like why am I still with a person that kind of doesn't really respect me and what I want. So it is what it is. I mean, that's what happens. I made my decisions, but right now, I mean, I'm in a wonderful relationship, and that's all there is to it.
Fair enough. Fair. Yeah, because some people did have questions about that. But yeah, we basically answered all of the fan questions, the ones that
Nice.
I found interesting. Because I mean, there is some what would you prefer more, Undertale or like Sonic fan games?
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is a Linx4 one. This is not a Linx4 channel. Because my type of podcast is I aim to look at the person, not at the person's like creations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what I like to see. Yeah.
I felt like it's been going pretty well so far with doing that.
Yeah. But like, I'll give it a shot. Okay. Let's switch it up a little bit. Now it's time for my questions. Because
okay.
I had these questions. Well, this is kind of a mix of Kid Me's questions, but like more mature, and Me Now's questions. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've answered one before. But this is what's it called? You've answered one earlier in our conversation. So this is a different approach. If you didn't do YouTube, what would you have done?
I think there's two ways to answer this question. In an ideal world, I would have loved to pursue film without YouTube. I just have so much passion for creating stories. I have so many stories written down, ideas, and at this point, it's like, man, there's no way I'm going to make these movies. Some of these ideas are going to cost like $100 million just to get put out there. So I at least want to like do something with that in the future. I guess I'll get into that maybe a little later. But realistically, knowing where my life was, if I didn't do YouTube, I would probably I'd imagine I would just eventually work my way up to be like a manager at like a grocery store or something, like. And I don't know, I really wish, I don't know, I would find YouTube in some way. Like I just don't see any other option, because there was no options to me back then. It's hard to see.
Yeah. That is actually a really different question from what I was expecting.
Yeah.
No, because I was expecting the film area, because of what we talked about earlier. But I was thinking that since you did programming, as you said, you would like dive more into that and like do something in that area, like. Yeah,
I did a little bit of programming, but I have zero passion for that. I have zero interest in that. That was more of like something I could do in college that maybe is like a backup. But to be honest with you, like when I started getting to like a little bit of a higher level programming classes, I was not doing as well. Yeah. So I didn't think I had it in me to really get into programming. Like, I don't know, it's just like my passion to create is always something I wanted to do. Maybe I would have written some books.
Yeah,
that could have been a thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Because my parents wanted me to become an engineer.
Yeah.
So they actually went and so I don't know. So this is gonna be like a little personal for me, but So, my parents in my country, Tunisia. Well, it's not really my country. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm Japanese, but I was born here. That's basically it, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm a national here, so I basically have to go to school here, in their system. However, ever since I got into English, my entire life was the internet as a kid. My entire life was the internet. So I basically grew up on the internet. My parents
Yeah.
expected me to become an engineer, a doctor, all that. But I wiped all that off and I wanted to become a content creator or a voice actor. Well, I didn't know what voice acting was till I became like around 14, maybe 15, I think.
Hmm.
But like afterwards, I became a professional voice actor at 17. But that's not it. Um, so last year, it was my final year of high school. Um, I actually failed that. I was meant to redo the year, this year. Um,
Hmm.
but I found out what the GED was, right? So
Yeah.
I paid for it online and I did it here and I graduated the GED and I dropped out of high school. Granted, my dad still doesn't know about that. Only my mom knew.
Yeah.
And I had a whole argument with my mom about that. But like it was what I wanted in the end because the studying system here doesn't really entice me. It's not like it's a part of my future career or anything. Um,
Yeah.
Plus, my mom wanted me to do engineering. She even tried to sign me up to a university here, like the engineering school, and I'm like, no, I'm good. And I even tried.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I see a lot of similarities
Yeah,
with this.
yeah. And the problem is, I couldn't leave the country initially because going to America is really difficult. Um,
Hmm.
so let's just say if I were to try to go to America, here's what I'll need. I'll need a blocked bank account with over 30,000 US dollars in it. An additional 30,000 US dollars for living expenses every month. So that boosts it to about like $120,000 and an extra $40,000 for tax. Just to leave,
Yeah. It's so expensive.
yeah, just so I can get a visa to leave the country. Just as this like I'm talking. This is either for studying or for tourism. Tourism is a
Yeah.
little bit cheaper, but for studying, it's about like $140,000, give or take. Yeah, that's why I didn't go to America. I mean, I want to, but I'm choosing not to
I mean, there's
for
still
the time being.
yeah. There's always time. I mean, it's a long future. He's got man. It's so tough. Life can be so tough sometimes. But I believe like as long as you pursue your passions, I mean, there's a lot to it, but I think happiness can be found there.
Yeah. I don't. Okay, I'm not gonna mention his name, but like, the reason how I found. Okay, the reason why I wanted to like reach back to you, or like, get back in contact with you after 4 years, was actually because I was looking back. Because 4 to 5 years ago, no, not 4 to 5 years ago. I think it was like 4 years ago specifically. A specific person like checked me on what I was doing before and how it would seem like it was cloud chasing and all of this and that. And so I thought back. I thought back to my Mighty Mario Guy 63 days, and you were the first one to come up in my mind. And I was like, oh my god, how did I message Links? Completely forgot. What did I do? So I went back
Yeah.
and I checked, and I was like, oh, I see why he doesn't talk to me anymore. All right, I need to fix this.
Yeah, I mean, I see how you can see it that way. I never thought that like at all. Like, I didn't think you were cloud chasing. I think just life got in the way. I was checking like, did you message me first like recently? Like, what's going on? You had one message to me on like Twitter in 2020.
Yeah.
It just said, and then you messaged me back in March, and I think, yeah, that's how we got here. But yeah, I've never thought. anything negative towards you. I knew you were a kid, so it's like that's just how kids are. You know, I don't see anybody cloud chasing in a way, especially when you get older. I mean, your actions, you can always become better, even if you were cloud chasing. That doesn't have any negative stance, especially as a kid. When you come into an adult, like
Yeah.
you have so many choices you can make, and you can always do better. And yeah, I just I have no negative thoughts ever. I think about you, so there you go.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That was gonna be one of my other questions, right? But
Yeah.
I didn't want to get into that because that's just like on a personal standpoint for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because you were one of the people who actually put me in the right direction in a way. Because looking at you, looking up to you, and not just you, but like everybody else that I look up to, because there are 5 YouTubers who steered me to the right direction in what I'm doing now. Because right now I'm doing fantastically.
That's great.
As you can see, I don't think we ever spoke in call before.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't believe so. This is our first time speaking in call. That's actually crazy. Hold on. but yeah. So there are 5 YouTubers. It was you, Merg, Luigi Kid Gaming, and 2 others. I'm gonna
Yeah.
save those 2 others. I'm gonna tell you about them after the call. Not after the call.
Okay.
After the podcast. But
Yeah.
it was the first 3. It was because I had a direct interaction with you guys, but
You had a direct interaction with Merg, because I never even had a direct interaction with Merg, even no matter how many times I tried.
okay, let me tell you what happened. So I messaged them on remember when YouTube used to have like messages, like back in the day?
Yeah.
YouTube messages. I messaged him on that and he replied, and I was like, yay. I remember
That's what he replies to. Like, come on.
yeah, it was then, and I was like, wait, I remember something. I remember when you joined Merc's server when he was still up.
Yeah.
You joined in, and you were like, hey guys, what's up? And then Merc was like, prove to me that you're the real Linx4. And then you made a video and posted it unlisted on your channel. And you posted the link there, and Merc was like, nope, still not convinced. You were like, that's my channel.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what lengths I have to go through to get a collab with this guy, but apparently it's not going to happen.
Fair enough. Fair. That's actually hilarious, because I saw that and people were just so confused on what Merg was like thinking, because it was your channel. He was like, nope, still not convinced. And you were like, that's my channel, bro. What do you mean? It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was fun times.
Definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, you 3 kind of like set the stone for me as a whole, like as a person, like for career wise, what I wanted to do for YouTube. It kind of like set everything in stone for me, and from then on, I just kind of wanted to like evolve, wanted to find myself. That's why I took like a year break from content, from everything, and all I wanted to do was find myself and what I wanted to do. That's why I came to the conclusion that the type of content I wanted to do is not for everybody, but it's for me, and that's what I love to do.
That's the best thing you can do, I think.
Yeah.
What you want to do.
Yeah, in the span of a year, I jumped to 2,000 subscribers. I find that
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I find that really good, considering I don't upload. So
Yeah.
I don't upload at all. My last upload, I think, was what was it? Like a month ago, because I was in a hotel when I uploaded my last video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's where I met my girlfriend, actually. I would met her in a hotel. That's funny.
You never know.
Yeah. She's amazing. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so that basically concludes all of the important questions of the podcast. Now we're diving into a brand new segment. It's called the minor questions. I don't know the name.
Wow, the minor questions.
The minor questions. But yeah, so this is this segment is basically about your channel, like, you know, what you do on the channel and everything. Because I used to have a segment before where I asked them like Sonic trivia. It was a Sonic trivia. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I used to do back in the day, but I don't do that anymore. But yeah, so
I'm glad I don't want to disappoint anybody, so I'm glad that's over with.
Yeah. But yeah. So, question number 1. What inspired you to make that profile picture?
So the hat. So basically, I wanted a profile picture. I wanted a logo that would represent like me. But I didn't want like physically me. I didn't want an image of me. I didn't want like words or letters or whatever. And at the time, I remember I did not wear a hat at all in my videos, but me as a person, I always wear a hat. Ever since I was a kid, I've always worn a hat. Right. So I wanted something simple, nothing like crazy, nothing like all over the place. And then it just kind of landed on like the circle, a line, a hat, and 2 dots. And I was like, I think this represents me completely. Like, I just wear a hat. I'm just like here, just chilling. And to me, it just felt right. Like this is a logo I can go for.
Yeah, it is very iconic. Plus, you're closing in on 1 million subscribers, and that's just really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there. I always say will. I always feel like the community's part of this. You're part of the community. Like we'll get there as together to 1 million. Don't know when, but hey, I think it'll happen.
It'll happen. I'm pretty sure of it. All right, now, so we got 3 more questions, Links, and then we'll end up the podcast. Question number 1. What do you think works best for your channel? Undertale or like Sonic and Mario fan games?
So, if this was asked back in the day, like 4 years ago, I would have no clue. I would maybe Undertale. Man, I so much enjoyed. Something happened though. March 2021 is when everything changed forever. At least in my mind, a lot of it. To get a little bit of backstory, like when my channel started blowing up, I got right around 5 million views every single month up until March 2021. So it was from like 4 straight years, like without a doubt. Like it was just so consistent. And then March 2021 happened and the views dropped from 5 million to right under 2 million. And since then, since March 2021, I've gotten 2 million. So it's like something in March 2021 happened, and like in my head, it's like, is it me? Did I change what I do? Am I different? Like my content different? Like I've gone like 1 million different scenarios in my head. I was like, I've kind of come to the conclusion it wasn't me. Something happened with the algorithm, and I noticed in March 2021 actually all the Undertale videos stopped being suggested to like an outside audience of the channel. And you can just see, like, if you go to every single video right in March, every single one of them flatline. So pretty much, I don't know why it happened. I do know that Shorts, which was launched in the US in March 2021, so maybe Shorts like changed audience and where they go. But yeah, since then, Undertale does not hit an audience outside of like who's subscribed to my channel. So to answer your question, definitely Sonic and Mario at this point, because that still works. I still do have a passion to do Undertale, and I might do that on a second channel, just because there's some games I want to play. I mean, there's still good games. It's just I feel like they're just not hitting the algorithm anymore, and I can't like just be uploading Undertale over and over and over again. Because, you know, at the end of the day, like I make these videos because I want to make them. I enjoy making them, but I also have to like literally put food on the table, so I can't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, can't do Undertale anymore. On the main channel.
Fair enough. That makes sense. That makes sense. Question number 2. Do you think the content on your channel, do you think like the way you make your content, do you think there is a way to make a brand new style for your channel?
A new style. Man, you can always like go in different directions. It's the question of like, do I want to go in a different direction? I had worked with my editor for 6 years, but we stopped in December, I think. So I've been like completely solo at that point. We tried working out. It's because of the March 2021. Like the views dropped in March 2021, and we were trying to fix it trying to see what we could do for years, trying to maybe take the channel in different directions, trying new styles. I think we tried like everything, but at like literally December, it's like we can't keep them doing this. You know, we're gonna have no more money. I'm gonna be homeless again. I can't have that happen. So yeah. As far as taking the channel in a new direction, I can't see myself taking the main channel. I will say right here, I am planning on launching a new channel with no Linx brand to it, and I'm not going to tell anybody what it is. I'm just going to launch it. It's going to be a whole new style. I'm still going to be in front of the camera, so if people recognize me, it is what it is. But it's going to be a whole new style, no gameplay, completely different types of videos. So we'll see how those goes in the future. So there is a new style coming. But for the main channel, I think I'm just gonna stick with what it is right now.
Fair enough. Okay, makes sense. And the last question. This is the most minor one, I think, in my opinion. And I'm gonna ask the hard-hitting question for the end, right? But for this one, do you have any collaborations in mind?
So I reached out to Luigi Kid and M80 semi recently. It was a couple months, or maybe a month or so, as of now, about doing a collab on a game, and they were both down. They agreed, but it's just about getting everybody on the same page at the same time and kind of being like proactive about it. I feel like every collab I've did, I've like, come on everybody, let's do it right now, right?
Yeah.
So unless that's getting done, I think you'll see a Luigi Kid collab in the future for sure. I gotta reach out back to M80 because me and M80 had a collab and we had a date and a time and everything was coming to that, and we were like talking, and then it happened and M80 never showed up. And we haven't talked to each other at all since then. So I don't know if M80, what's going on in his head, if he secretly thinks like I don't like him or something. I gotta reach out. Like, we're good. I mean, maybe he got busy. I don't know. Whatever the case was, but yeah, there might be an M80 collab and a Luigi Kid collab, and who knows what else. Anything can happen, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Now for the hard-hitting question, the most dramatic one. What's next for Linx4?
What's next? Oh man. Well, like I said, I'm launching a secret channel. That, of course, that's not Linx4. That's going to be completely different. As far as Linx4 goes, I am so uncertain as what I want to do. Long term, short term, I think I found a very comfortable spot. I've actually, for the first time, it was so hard. Am not uploading daily anymore. I had uploaded 2 videos a day or a video a day for so long, just because that's what's worked and that's what, you know, I was comfortable with. And I was kind of afraid if I don't upload every single day, then the channel will die or something like that. Yeah. I've since gone to, like, recently, I think almost a month ago now, to 3 videos a week. And it's honestly doing pretty well. Views are higher overall too, which is strange because there's less videos going out, but it's just the way the algorithm works, I guess. But I do want to. There's still so much more Sonic and Mario that's I want to play, and I want to expand, I guess, Linx4 beyond just like the horror. Doing a lot of like the horror Sonic and the horror Mario, and I just want to get into like regular Sonic and regular Mario, and see where we can like experiment with like mods or other stuff like that. And I do have a second channel called RLP. There is what I would want to probably put everything else, like the Undertale games I want to play, just random horror games I want to play, whatever type of videos would just kind of be put there. Still a Linx4 vibe, but doesn't fit what I see the future branding of the channel, which would be like something Mario and Sonic. You never know, Baldi. I always have fun doing Baldi. Why not put that on the Linx4 channel? So still up in the air, but that's kind of where I'm headed at, I think.
Fair enough. And that concludes the Gotta Go Cast episode of season 2, starting with Linx4. So Linx, did you enjoy your stay on Gotta Go Cast?
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I was so anxious and nervous coming into this because I've never done one of these, and I was like, oh man, I don't know what to anticipate. I should probably prepare myself, but I'm not gonna prepare myself. I'm just gonna go in here, and honestly, it was great. I feel very, very good.
Fair enough. Yeah, most people do tell me that I make them feel safe in the podcast. I don't even know how. I'm just talking. But yeah, I'm really glad that you liked it. So I plan on bringing back old Gotta Go Cast interviewed people thing. I plan on bringing them back for future episodes. So hopefully we'll see you again on the show. I really do appreciate you for accepting the invite and coming in, Linx. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'd be glad to come in the future again. No problem.
Awesome. I plan on bringing you and Luigi Kid back for one episode combined. That's actually one of my. Yeah. But
very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, me and Luigi Kid did talk about you in the podcast. We did I did say I was gonna reach out to you and try to bring you on the show. Which took. Let me check here. I'm checking how long it took. I'm checking how long it took. Wait, when was the Luigi Kid podcast uploaded? Let me see that real quick before ending off the episode. It took 2 years, but.
Yeah, Hey, Luigi Kid, we finally did it.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining, Linx. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Gotta Go Cast. And I'll see you guys in the future Snuck episodes. And yeah, I'll see you guys no, I don't say that anymore. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.